Excuse me. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. This shit is crazy. 2 days ago, it was like 12 degrees when I was out here doing my fireside chat. It was like polar vortexes, and they were talking about frost quakes up in New England, that it was so cold that the ground was freezing up and cracking and having like earthquake tremors. Today, it was like 58 degrees. The whole East Coast warmed up today after being so cold that the thermometers couldn't read the temperature. Shit changes fast, and I mean fast. It's almost comical how triggered people get if you say something positive about somebody with the Cowboys. If you compare something that a Cowboy player is doing that has happened before, people go crazy. Now listen. Turn that down a little bit because it's a little warmer than it's been. When I was talking about things that Micah Parsons was doing that we hadn't seen since LT, that when you looked at some of the things that were happening early in Micah Parsons' career, that it was very similar to Lawrence Taylor. I did not say that he is Lawrence Taylor, but if he has a career where he's consistently doing these great things for 10, 12 years, then you could definitely say that he'll be a Hall of Famer and in that type of category. And people just go crazy. I mean, this is just opinions on what you see. Now, I'm old enough to say that I saw Lawrence Taylor. I saw players before Lawrence Taylor that were great players. So I can say from at least seeing it with my own eyes that I can kind of put it in there. And some of the numbers will back it up. Now, of course, it's a different generation because things were different back in the 80s versus now. You know, I mean, just take a look at the Pro Bowl where we're playing 7-on-7 flag football. This is the whole difference of the namdy-pamdy, you know, y'all little punk-ass biatches now as opposed to being tough like we were growing up. So it's hard to compare apples to oranges, you know, because they are different. But when you get to the case of Payton Manning, who is a modern day quarterback, okay? Payton Manning, you know, with the high flying numbers and stuff, somebody had put out a listing, because I've done this before too. I've done this before with the first 3 years of Dak Prescott's career and Russell Wilson's. And I said, things that happened with Russell Wilson, numbers-wise, were the same numbers as Dak Prescott. People get triggered. How dare you compare Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson? I'm kind of like, Russell Wilson only had like 22, 23 touchdown passes each of his first 3 years. Basically, kind of like Dak does, a couple more here and there. The numbers were the same. But Russell Wilson won the Super Bowl. Well, he won the Super Bowl not because of what he was doing per se. He did have beast mode and he had the best defense in football. It was a great situation. That's why he won the Super Bowl. He ain't winning the Super Bowl by himself. Hell, he wasn't winning on Denver with a team with a great defense. But be that as it may, when I was talking about the interceptions the other night, I literally was talking about it because I said, take a look, because everybody's focused in like Dak Prescott's the first person to ever have, you know, some interceptions in a season. And I pointed out that Peyton Manning led the league like his first 4 years in interceptions. He was like Carson Wentz with the interceptions. I talked about how Brett Favre had like 5 seasons where he had more than 20, including 1 year that he had 29 in a season. And then I said, these things rise and fall. It's true. Well, somebody went a step further because they took all the numbers from Dak Prescott, Payton Manning, through their career to this point. And the funny thing is if you were to take the two players off of that and say, which one's Payton Manning and which one is Dak Prescott, you couldn't tell because they're basically identical. And on Twitter, I laughingly said when DMV retweeted it, I said, how dare you compare the great Peyton Manning against Dak Prescott? May you burn in hell. Jokingly. And then you get Cop Pizzle, who I thought was going to disappear. He said he was going to disappear after the season because he was done with all this stuff. He chimes in on it. Here we go with these delusional, crazy Cowboy fans, and brings up LT. And this starts a whole discussion about how can you talk about Peyton Manning and Dak Prescott. Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback of all time. And it's like, listen, you're not hearing what we're saying. Peyton Manning wasn't winning Super Bowls every single year. Peyton Manning didn't win a Super Bowl till his 8th season in the NFL. And I don't know that we really can count that last one that he got because he only had like 13 touchdown passes that season. It wasn't because of Peyton Manning that they won that one. It was in spite of him. But be that as it may, the numbers are the numbers are. And so now what I find just amazing as could be is, well, you can't compare Peyton Manning and Dak Prescott because that's a different era. Really, dude? Bro. No. I'm not going to give you that one. No way, no how. No. The hate is real when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. It is crazy how much they hate. But here's the thing. We as Cowboy fans have to stop hating each other. We got to stop fighting each other. We got to stop being crabs in the barrel. Because you know what's kind of cool today? Because I got my cooking channel and stuff. I was at the grocery store. I'm trying to teach people how to eat better and save money. So I'm at the international market. They got all kinds of stuff there. They got stuff that's live. They actually have a tray with blue crabs in it. You get the blue crabs up there. You're trying to get at you and stuff, right? Here's a little trick. If you got a crab in front of you and you try to do stuff, shake your hand in front of him like this. What'll happen is you'll put them to sleep. They'll literally go. You know where I learned that from? I learned that from Gullah Gullah Island. Yeah, actually, I didn't know that until I saw it on Gullah Gullah Island when my kids were little and stuff, and they were actually out there, on the island, and he did this trick, and the crab passes out. So I'm there, I was getting some shrimp and stuff, and there was a kid, and he was looking, he said, are these crabs alive? I said, yeah. I said, watch this. So I put my hand in front of the crab, trying to get at me, right? And so I go, watch this. You can put him to sleep. And I did that, and the crab went, And the kid was like, wow, that's cool. Mom, I want some of these for dinner. So I'm helping the kid. I'm literally helping him take the crabs and put them in the bag for him. Because she was going to put them in a plastic bag. I'm like, that plastic bag's going to tear, and they're going to suffocate. I said, they have the paper bags over there. Put them in the paper bag. And so it's like, okay, cool. So I helped him out. So that's what we're supposed to be here, to help out other people. I don't know the family. I don't know the kids or anything like that. But we're supposed to be global citizens here together. And that's what we need to do. We got the ESPN and the Fox Sports and all the talking heads that are always talking bad about the Cowboys. But we, as Cowboy fans, need to stop being the crabs in the barrel, pulling each other's claws off and everything. And so, we had an agitator out there we'll call Stan, who has been trying to be divisive with us Cowboy fans to get us fighting at each other and at each other's throat. So I've made it my mission to end that. And that's where tonight, I premiered me and Simus. Him and I actually had a great conversation yesterday. We ended up doing a video and things, and I don't be surprised if sometime in the future you see Simon at my house. And see, this is what we should look at as people and understand. He got maybe different views on how the Cowboys get to the Super Bowl than I do. But you know what? That don't mean that we got to fight because your idea is different than mine. And see, this is a problem with society now today. One, we a bunch of namby-pamby, soft-ass little biatches that expect everything to be me, 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 me. And you have a temper tantrum when you don't get your way. And that's where you go through and say, you know, let me get a gun. Screw all these people. And just start some stuff. Listen, we all in this together. We don't survive unless we work together. So why don't we start trying to do that stuff? You know? Olive branch out to fellow Cowboys out there. Because we got enough out there that we got to fight. Whew. What a difference a day makes. It literally feels almost springish out here. It's kind of crazy. But that's all I got for you guys. I am happy. Not that everything is hunky-dory and perfect in the world or anything else, and I got everything I want. No, I got lots of work to do, man. I mean, I got lots of things that I want to achieve, and I don't know how I'm going to achieve them. But I'm blessed because I have you guys. Because you guys are one of the driving forces that makes me want to do more and do better. And I appreciate that. And you know how I always end here. Tell the people you love them. Because you're not going to get the chance sometimes. And one of those times might be the last time that you hear me say it. So I'm going to make sure I tell you I love you. God willing, I'll be here tomorrow. At least I'm not freezing my ass off here tonight. Thank the Lord. Whew.